Hey everyone, welcome to Fishy Business. It's time for the weekly update, and we're not going to beat around talking about a bunch of things. We're going to jump right in it. Let's go inside and see what came in this week. Okay, so one of the coolest things that we've been waiting on is the new Red Sea 160S LED for reef tanks. And I have with me our little coral specialist to kind of help me go through and tell everybody why we've been waiting on the 160S.
Alright, the way they designed them is to where you can't really adjust the spectrum too much. So that way if you're a beginner, you're not changing your spectrum every single week, messing up your coral. They like to have consistency. So that's a very good option about this. I think it goes up to, what, a 75 gallon?
Well, it'll do up to 32 inches as far as the span of it. So you can use a lot less lighting for a lot more space. Especially if you have like a 6-foot tank. You can actually get away with almost just 2 of these. That's one of the cool things, especially because of the arc. But the other cool thing is we love the Red Sea reefs, don't we?
Yeah, they're very nice.
They're extremely nice. They're at an extremely good price point. And our corals are doing great under them. And now that we've got a good many out there in service, we're seeing great performance out of them. And this is the one that's kind of hasn't made it to the forefront yet. And we've been waiting to get them, and I think we have 4 of them. Is that right?
I believe so.
Or maybe
at least 4.
2 of them, 3, 4, something like
something
that.
Like that.
So, but price point's very hard to beat. I think in its class it is cheaper and probably one of the easier ones to install and get going on a tank. So Hayden was just telling me this is adjustable.
Yes,
that's right.
The actual arm is adjustable, so depending on the depth of your tank, you can adjust it to whatever you need to do. The
other Red Seas aren't. So you can actually adjust it forward and back as you see fit. So that is one more little tidbit about the new 160S. Thank you, little coral specialist.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's go on to the fish. Okay, so one of the things I'm most excited about is the reef tanks have all been revamped. We did a thorough cleaning and kind of redid instead of spring cleaning, an autumn cleaning, if you will, and just kind of made everything new and fresh because Richard has been bringing us really cool specimens of big corals lately, and we've made space for that to happen. So today he brought us a huge shipment, which you're going to see next. Tomorrow he is supposed to be bringing the second part of a shipment, which I guess you'll have to see on Facebook as it won't make the video. But one thing I have to show you is a 9-year-old hammer that came in today.
All right, guys, so Richard brought in some beautiful coral for you guys today, so come check them out. There's some Fabias, Pallies, Gonipora, there's some torches, believe it or not, so I'll come check them out. They're pretty nice. There's a huge wall hammer right behind me.
Hi guys, my name is Richard. I'm here to tell you about a wall hammer that I originally sold in 1991 to a gentleman named Buddy Croft. This is a frag off of the original hammer that is 8 years old, and he's already got it to grow this much. It's pretty good at reef keeping.
Okay, so we're going to start right now with saltwater, and we're going to start with this small whitetail bristletooth tang. 2 fish that came in this tank this week. The banana wrasse. This is a female banana wrasse. We've been trying to film for a couple minutes, guys, and it's just so funny. These two specific fish will absolutely not be shot on camera. The second we remove the camera, they come out and they swim and they're perfectly fine. There's no issue. And then the second Connor puts the camera up, this is the issue. So anyway, small whitetail bristletooth tang came in. That's a rarity. It's a Tinaketus species of tang. It is beautiful. Again, it is a bit rare, so it's a little bit on the pricey side, but it's very hardy. The banana wrasse also is quite hardy. It is a female variant of the banana wrasse, but it gets a lot of lime green and yellow in its body. So a very beautiful fish, both of them. Probably one of the hardiest fish and one of my favorite fish because it does do so well in service is the Koran angel. The Koran angel is a beautiful blue and white fish. The only thing to say is the Koran is probably one of the hardiest of the large Pomacanthus holocanthus angels. Very hardy, does well, beautiful fish, long-lived. 2 fish that you're looking at right now, the flame hawk fish we have not been able to get in a while. And it's just been crazy because of the whole COVID thing. Flame hawks just have been, they've gone from being a fish I could get every week to a fish I can't get at all. So I've got a flame hawk. This is probably one of the most personable fish in all of saltwater. They do have an affinity to kill cleaner shrimp for a reason I do not know. But other than that one particular thing, they do great. It's a very, very wonderful reef fish. It's a very wonderful fish, period. Doesn't have a swim bladder, so it hops from place to place. And next to it is, we sell them as fast as we can get them. Hopefully it'll be here when you get here. But this is the yellow mimic tang. This is just a beautiful mustard colored tang that I think because of the elaborate nature of the fins, its simple, relaxed disposition, it just does fantastic. In almost any given situation, it's very compatible with other tangs. As you can see, the relaxation of it swimming next to that regal blue tang. There is a bicolor angel that apparently is so not afraid of the camera, he wants to take the space from everybody. But yeah, these are some more of some beautiful fish that we got in this week. Bolatan lion just came in. I know a lot of people out there are looking for lionfish. This is a great size because it's a small to medium. It's a very good size to start it. Lionfish are great if you've got an aggressive tank. They're what I call an opportunistic predator. They're not going to be aggressive towards other fish unless they think they can swallow them, in which case they will do so. They have very large mouths, but they're very hardy. They're probably one of the most ornate fish you can put in a saltwater aquarium. So if you don't have a lot of little fish, a lionfish might be good for you. Okay, so new in this week as well is a spotted Toby puffer, blue spot at that, and a young naso tang. We get these young naso tangs in every week and they sell out about as fast as we get them. It's a beautiful fish, very hardy again. Like other tangs, it's very compatible with other tangs, I mean. It will get very large, so you want to kind of think in terms of the future with this fish, but it's a great fish. Okay, the clownfish shipment that I was talking about last week finally came in. It came in on Friday. All of these guys have had time to kind of settle in and relax. They're all kind of playing and fighting with each other as fish do. We got in a great selection of lots of different types of clowns. Vivid fancy clownfish, orange blaze clownfish, Mai Tai clownfish, which you get a really bright red, black Clark eye clowns, true perks, black Ocellaris clowns, Wyoming white clownfish pair, just a lot of different clownfish. So if you've just started a tank, if you're new to the hobby, or you're just looking to maybe do something with some clownfish, I've got a very, very nice selection of hardy, beautiful clownfish right now. I got cleaner shrimp back in stock. Yay! We've had a hard time getting them in. We got some in last week, sold out right away, but this week I finally got most of every cleaner shrimp I ordered. So if you've been in the market for something to freshen up the tank, nothing's cooler than the saltwater bug, the cleaner shrimp. It's great because of the personality. It's very, very friendly. It'll jump right on your hand and clean your own hand if you put it in the fish tank long enough. They are really afraid of nothing. They stay out and they're very personable. So really, really cool in that respect. If you don't have a cleaner shrimp, it's the number 2 thing I'd recommend for any saltwater tank. Number 1 being the fish. Okay, so now freshwater fish. All right, in this Wisteria Aladdin aquarium that looks so cool right now, I think it's the empty space and the blue rams sitting on top of it that just looks so cool. Either Kevin or Kara designed this tank, but it's really cool. If you could just kind of move the heater out the way, I think it's really, really cool. Blue rams came in today and they look great. They're some of the best looking rams Kara has told me that she's gotten in a while. Really cool how they just kind of hang out over the sand territory while the foliage makes up the backdrop and the side drop. I just think that's really cool, and I wanted you to see this tank as we start talking about freshwater fish today. Gold rams make up the other variety of rams that came in this week, and I have also been told that these too are some of the nicest rams that we've gotten in this year. The health of them, their relaxation, considering that they came in this morning and they're all acting just like they've been in the tank for a year, very, very cool. Skunk cory cats just came in today. We've got a lot of really nice cories, and this is the one I'm actually picked to start out with. They're also in with these Colombian blue red-tailed tetras. I know you've heard me talk if you've ever watched any of the past videos when we get them in. I love this fish. It's a larger bodied tetra. It's not aggressive. It gets a beautiful powder blue to the top of it with a red tail when they really color up. In a live planted aquarium or in a naturalistic environment, they are just stunning. Emerald cories make up the second cory I want to talk about. They're very beautiful. There's a lot of green that you can see when you're actually standing in front of them. Cory cats are fantastic because they don't get very big. They're great at eating any type of leftover foods or anything like that that's in the tank. They're very personable. They make up a great bottom crew for any kind of community tank. And they're just all around great. And finally, availability has gotten back to the point where we've got them. Small pandagoras are in this week. I know you've heard me talk about these a lot too, but what a fantastic algae eater these little fish are. They're very cool to look at. I don't have access to them with any kind of regularity, so it's just when they're around I can get them. Super, super fish. Okay, so clown loaches and the albino millennium rainbows are in. What a great contrast these two fish are together in a tank with a blue background. Love them. They're very, very healthy, both of them, in terms of their hardiness. And that's a lot of color for freshwater. I love them. Okay, so you've got a smaller tank, maybe a nano tank. The pygmy cories are one of the best cory cats for that. Very small, you can kind of see how they school together. Great little fish if you've got a small tank or you've got a very peaceful community tank. Male and female endlers are in this week. These are some of the prettiest endlers I think Kara has ever gotten. Lots of color on these tiny, tiny little fish. You can see they're all doing fantastic, and there is definitely a crayfish that would love to get out and have one or two of them. However, he can't right now. So I would urge you, if you're in the market for endlers, come check out what we got this week. Okay, Japanese koi babies have come in this week. Don't know exactly how Kara got them. And what I can tell you though is if you look these up online or in a book, you can see why they are so cool. The matsubas, the kimmatsubas, and the harawaki. These are three different types of babies from Japan that have very specific color markings as they get older. And they only get that improvisational look as they get older. They just constantly improve. They're fantastic. Take a look again at some close-ups at some of these. I only have one of the harawakis, but I have a good mix of the matsubas and the kimmatsubas. So if you get that name, definitely check them out. And because we got a few more in before it's starting to get too cold, I want to point out the Chinese high-fin sharks. This would be a good time to get them in if you want a natural algae eater for your pond. We've only got probably a few weeks left, maybe another month. It is South Carolina weather, there's no telling, but we've got a great selection of last chance koi, really nice ones. So you definitely want to come by this week if you're messing with a pond or you just might want to put one or two other fish in there. Can't go wrong with this lot. Calico lionheads. Haven't had these puppies in a little while. Great fish, lots of different color variations. I don't think any two that we got are the same. No dorsal fin, so they're very unique to kind of look at. Very inquisitive and very hardy. Cool species of goldfish if you're into collecting goldfish. Doesn't happen very often that we get his and hers clawed frogs. However, this week we did. We have an African clawed pair. We only have one pair, but it is a pair. And so as that has to be sold as a pair, but I have a pair. So here is a pair of African clawed frogs. You simply must see. Do want to mention some of the barbs that came in only because they are so pretty. The black ruby barbs, which are obvious here, they're the black ones with the strong pink toward the front, and the Odessa barbs, which you can see the strong red at the base of the tail. Normally when we get Odessa barbs, they're not really this flamboyant looking. They don't have all the developed color. That usually happens after it goes in a tank, but these, they look beautiful. Nice neon rosy barbs this week as well. So that's 3 barbs for you. But these neon rosy barbs, really abnormally beautiful for the barbs that we usually get. One more thing I want to mention before we go are the adult bristlenose plecos that came in this week. Bristlenose are a fantastic algae eater. They're also very odd looking, so definitely a conversation piece for your tank. They're not in any way aggressive, so they'll go in almost any kind of application except maybe one where the pH would be really high, like in a Tanganyika tank or something like that. However, normally we do get very small bristlenose in, and you just have to kind of watch them grow. This week, Kara got big ones. Okay, so we've now come to the part of the show where we must bid you adieu. I'm here with Richard. Richard promises he's going to bring me some more corals tomorrow. Yes?
Oh, yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
And yeah, that's the weekly update for this week. We hope everybody has a great week. Come see him. He is the man with the plan in the next couple of days. And he'll treat you right. And have a great week. God bless. And we'll see you back here next week.
Bye, guys.